Franchise and Show podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your shows.
The Cowboys defense with a much better day in the team's 30-7 victory over the Bengals yesterday. Dallas giving up a season-low 7 points and forcing 3 turnovers, including a fumble, which defensive end Alvin Smith returned 78 yards for a touchdown. He says that was a big moment for him in his career resurgence.
Yeah, it's just crazy to think about where I was a year ago and now scoring my first touchdown in the NFL. So kind of had lost for words. Guys giving me a lot of stuff about how they say I look like I'm slow. I thought I was pretty fast.
The Cowboys will host the 49ers next week at noon after it was flexed from the Sunday night game last week. Former Oklahoma quarterback Jalen Hurts shining in his debut with the Eagles, who managed an upset win over the Saints yesterday. Hurts becoming the first quarterback since at least 1950 to throw a touchdown pass and rush for at least 100 yards in his first NFL start. The Eagles beating the Saints 24-21 to move to 4-8-1 on their season. And the NCAA plans to host the entire women's basketball NCAA tournament in a single geographic area, and San Antonio is reportedly going to be the host site. The move was made to help mitigate the risks of COVID-19 and matches that of the men's tournament, which is expected to be played in its entirety in Indianapolis. That is the Ticket Ticker. I'm Julie Dobbs on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
This is Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket. Broadcasting live from the TXU Energy Mothership, KTCK AM Dallas-Fort Worth, KTCK FM Flower Mound. Don't let the COVID-19 work from home sleep in. Rob you of some prime users radio time. Be sure you still wake up early for hot sports opinions and wheels off topics starting tomorrow at 5:30 before you have to work online. Maintain your P1 status with Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Tick.
This segment is brought to you by Sante Center for Healing.
But it sure seems warmer than it did sleeping in our king-size bed. Is anybody going to San Antonio or Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is all right at home.
Late and wonderful Charlie Pride.
Our metal burns on the
First down.
We'll have Charlie Pride music out of every break this morning. Thank you, Trey, for that. And the next segment, we're going to take your calls at 888-787-1310. 888-787-1310. That is the same number you use if you wish to top our current bid on the autographed Kristaps Porzingis jersey that we're auctioning off today as part of the Normathon benefiting Austin Street Center for the Homeless.
Number 21 is Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier.
An authentic Kristaps Porzingis game jersey signed by KD himself. Top the current bid of high bid of $400 by calling 888-787-1310. Well, first of all, let's take care of the division, then we'll go to the draft position for the Cowboys. The Cowboys win yesterday and stay in last place in the division. This division,
a gain of 14.
2 games separate the leader Washington from the team in last place Dallas. And the problem for Dallas is Washington swept the Cowboys. So any tie for the division would go to Washington by virtue of those 2 head-to-head victories. So, as much as I'd like to figure out some other way to do it, I believe that leaves Dallas in this position in this division. Sweep their last 3 games, and Washington loses their last 3 games, and Dallas is in. That would, by virtue of wins over the Eagles and the Giants, push them ahead of those 2 teams record-wise. But they would have to win all their games and then have the Redskins, the football team, lose all their games for Dallas to be the winner of the NFC East. The Redskins have now lost 4 in a row after rallying to beat San Francisco yesterday 23-17. But now, what does that W do to Dallas's draft position?
I need to get my swag right there.
Not much, quite honest. It obviously leaves Cincinnati and Jacksonville and the Jets further and further away from them. And that, in reverse order, Jets, then Jacksonville, and Cincy, appears to be the first 3 picks in the draft this year. Dallas right now would have pick number 5, but that's pretty tenuous because they have 4 wins, and so do the teams in spots 6, 7, 8, and 9 right now. So, and the Giants have 5 wins, and they're in spot number 10. So, given what happens to Dallas, if they should win another game or 2, they could float down to the edge of, or maybe even out of the top 10 in the draft. But, you know, hey, there's going to be a fine player there. Whenever the Cowboys pick, be it 5th, or 7th, or 9th, or 10th, there's going to be a fine player there. And there will be fine players left on the board in rounds 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. All Dallas has to do is find them.
Oh, son of a gun.
That's all every team in this draft has to do. Is find one of the really solid players still left on the board when their choice comes up. Now, that doesn't get you in position to take one of the top 2 quarterbacks, which I am convinced Dallas would not do. But it would get you in position, if you were down that far in the standings, to potentially deal that pick for even a little more. But Dallas won't be in that position, and it remains to be seen, whatever position they're in, if somebody would want to trade up for the rights to, the kid Trey Lance, the small college player, rookie white quarterback Wilson, or the Alabama quarterback Jones. Right now, I don't see those players going in the top 5. So, I'm not certain anybody's going to want to deal up as high as 5 if Dallas has that pick to get the rights to draft one of those quarterbacks. But there's going to be some fine players on the board there. The pass rushing defensive end Rousseau from Miami, and the quarterbacks Farley and Surtain. And though I'm not big on the linebacker Parsons, I like Parsons, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be big on the Cowboys taking him, but then I don't have any idea what scheme the Cowboys are playing defensively last year. Come to think of it, I'm not so sure what their scheme they're playing is this year, but that's neither here nor there. That's one thing Dallas has to decide. What scheme is this club using next year? Is it using a 3-4? Is it using a 4-3? By the way, DeMarcus Lawrence would like to know that answer too. The club has got to decide that. It's got to figure out, and they've got to decide it pretty quickly, because in the offseason, if it's a normal NFL offseason, well, then free agency begins in March, and the draft happens in late April, and you've got to be certain what situation you're playing, because if you're going to play a pure 3-4, with Tristan Hill coming back from injury, and Neville Gallimore,
the tackle
do
made
you
at the
need a
24-yard
nose tackle?
line. 4 yards on the
I'm not
pickup.
certain you would.
2nd and 6.
If you're playing a 3-4. But the requirements of those two defenses very, very, very different. Dallas also has to make another decision in the draft.
The tackle made by
Are they going to use a pick on a safety?
A loss of a yard on the play.
I continue to tell you this. Looking back at this whole season, this club is suffering from very shaky safety play. I'm not telling you anything here. I'm not telling you how shaky this position has been since the start of the year. When the Cowboys originally signed Clinton Ha-Ha Dix, and they cut him before the season began. And then they had Dorian Thompson. He lost his job to Donovan Wilson. Now he's got his job back because Wilson's hurt. They had Darryl Worley there. That didn't work out. He was released. They drafted Reggie Robinson in the 4th round with the idea that they probably converted him to safety, but he can't get on the field, which is alarming if you're a Cowboy fan. We're 13 games into the season, and he can't get on the field. That's alarming. But Dallas has got to decide. You simply cannot devalue a position like the Cowboys have this position for so long. If you intend to build a good defense, you can't build it with mediocre or less than mediocre safeties. Now, there may not be a safety go in this draft after the Cowboys have drafted in the 2nd round. That's very possible. But somewhere in here, the Cowboys are going to need to draft a corner,
5-yard pickup. It's now
and maybe a safety. One more item the Cowboys have to figure out, and this they can't get done immediately. What is Andy Dalton's future? Andy Dalton wants to be a starting quarterback, and it quite honestly surprised me in the offseason that the New England Patriots didn't come calling to sign Andy Dalton. I will tell you this. I think the Patriots would have been a better football team if they signed Andy Dalton than signing Cam Newton. That's just my opinion. You can differ, but Dalton is a significant, superior passing quarterback.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line.
Newton does have that ability to run, and he has scored. We have 11 rushing touchdowns this year. But if you watch the Patriots, it is clear they're a below-average passing team.
Oh!
And let me suggest to you that it is hard to go a long way in this league as a below-average passer. So maybe the Patriots figure out the error of their ways and go after Dalton after this season? I don't know. Maybe there's somebody else out there who says, you know what, that guy looks like a pretty good quarterback. Let's go try him. With Trevor Lawrence coming into this league, and Justin Fields coming into this league, and other first-rounders like Lance and Wilson and Jones, and maybe second-rounder Kyle Trask, all coming in this league, that's quarterback jobs that are going to get taken. Now, not necessarily starting jobs, though you can certainly see Lawrence and Fields stepping right in. But there do not appear to be a giant number of quarterback jobs available out there. So, if Andy Dalton's not going to get one, why not say to Andy Dalton, hey,
Elliott, the ball carrier.
You like it here?
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
3 years, $12 million, 6 of it guaranteed to stay in Dallas. Give him a nice wage as a backup. Maybe it even has to go a little higher than that. But Andy Dalton is proven he's a valuable commodity to have as backup quarterback. The Cowboys' lack of offense under Andy Dalton, I think, is Andy getting back up to speed for a little bit, and the fact that this offensive line is several steps back from where it used to be. But those are the thoughts right now on the postseason. The Cowboys will get extra picks in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round, and they should be armed with 7 picks in the first 5 rounds of the draft. That should enable them to address perhaps 2 defensive linemen, perhaps two quarterbacks
on the keeper.
and a safety.
A gain of 11 on the
With
play.
5 of those picks.
And a
I can
Cowboy
see them going
first
after an
down.
offensive lineman at some point. Maybe even 2 of those, for all we know. It's 11:11. This is Sports Radio 1310, The Ticket. Okay, you're next. Fill up those talk lines by calling 888-787-1310. That's 888-787-1310 on The Ticket.
The Ticket's hot sports opinions are hot after the Cowboys beat the Bengals.
Dalton's drive there, that was the backbreaker. Even if Cincinnati only gets 3, to turn Cincinnati 3 into Dallas 7, it's huge in a game like this.
Dalton does what Dalton do.
And Dallas, bless their souls, they needed something to perk up their spirits a little bit. Now, lads, I'm not certain Dallas doesn't pick up another win or 2 this season.
Our Cowboys content continues on right now on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
Hey, it's Donnie here for the only beer of the Cowboys, and that's Miller Lite. During this time of social distancing, celebrating a Cowboys win with friends over beer today might look a little different, as the original light beer, Miller Lite, has always been there to bring people together through Miller time. Whether you're toasting to friends near or far, great taste is always close by, and staying connected is just as important. So cheers to Miller Lite, celebrating 60 years of greatness. It's Miller time.
Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
During all this COVID craziness, I want to make sure you know that Rosa's Cafe is just opened its 21st DFW location up in Allen at 865 West Stacy Road between 75 and Sam Raymer. I've raved about Rosa's for years for fresh, great tasting, affordable Mexican food. Well, now Rosa's Cafe is your go-to up in Allen. Rosa's Cafe is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, open until 11 on Friday and Saturday as well. Fast, fresh, and delicious. Get by Rosa's Cafe today.
Mary's Bistro delivery business is bustling and ready to burst.
Orders 34, 35, and 36 are up. Who's handling these? Hello, Mary's Bistro, now delivering.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates for our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive presents The Sounds of the Old World.
The year is 2019, and someone is waiting for the previews to start in a movie theater.
Hey, you want anything? Popcorn? Soda? No, nothing.
This has been The Sounds of the Old World.
Brought to you by Progressive, where drivers can still switch and save like it's 2019.
Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, Corby here for my good buddies at Classic BMW. There's a road home sales event going on right now where you receive up to $3,500 in credit on select BMW models. Finance rates as low as 0.9% APR and remaining new 2020 models offered through BMW Financial Services. Terms and conditions apply. Family owned, family trusted since 1971. Stop by Classic BMW today or visit ClassicBMW.com for new car sales, pre-owned service, parts, or body shop. Classic BMW, Tollway, Spring Creek.
Hello, Sid Wah here, and hey dudes, have you noticed any lack of energy, maybe motivation, lack of drive? Could be low T, could be something else, maybe sleep apnea, even low thyroid. Schedule a complete health assessment at Low T Center. They offer self-monitored, self-inject, at-home testosterone treatment. $135 a month self-pay or covered by most health insurance. So if you have been feeling tired, grumpy, little weight gain, some loss of muscle, go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare. Hey, Miguel here, and if you need Christmas gift ideas, gifts for your girl, your pets, your in-laws, your friends, you should check out The Trusted Lab CBD. What better way to gift high-quality, made-in-America CBD to those who need it most? The Trusted Lab has a wide variety of products and CBD gift sets starting under $50. The Trusted Lab is the real deal. They're located right here in DFW. Give true joy this season with quality products you can trust from TheTrustedLab.com. TheTrustedLab.com.
Better male
sexual performance. Guys, you owe it to yourself and your partner to be the best man you can be. Dallas Anti-Aging and Wellness, your coach in sexual wellness, can help. They just unleashed a revolutionary treatment developed by a physician for any guy wanting to improve male sexual performance. Big D Wave. Big D Wave therapy is proven drug-free, surgery-free, pain-free, and has an extremely high success rate. Most guys see results after their very first 20-minute visit. Affordable, no downtime, and lasting results. Learn more at BigDWave.com. That's BigDWave.com.
This holiday season, pour yourself a glass of exceptionally smooth Gentleman Jack whiskey. Enjoy on the rocks or in a whiskey sour. Have it sent straight to your door with Drizzly in under 60 minutes. New users get $5 off with code Gentleman Jack. Tap or visit Drizzly.com to get your Gentleman Jack today.
Please drink responsibly. Must be at least 21. New customers only for $5 off. Offer cannot be combined with any other offer. Per applicable law. Value may be applied towards order total or shipping or delivery fees. Includes orders of non-alcoholic items. Courtesy of Drizzly. Tennessee whiskey. 3% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee.
This Hot Sports Opinion segment is brought to you by the Ubali Law Firm.
Partner Red, fight for your check. Call LAWBOSS. Available anytime, 24/7 at 1-800-LAW-BOSS. 1-800-LAW-BOSS. The Law Boss Michael Ubali, the official personal injury attorney, sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
This ticker brought to you by BigDWave.com and All Pro Foundation Repair. The Cowboys defense forcing 3 turnovers yesterday in the win over the Cincinnati Bengals. The 3 forced fumbles, tying for the most in the first half in franchise history. Jalen Smith says those were definitely crucial.
Very big, very big. Talk about getting turnovers and giving opportunities, more opportunities, to our offense. Great field position is a big key to winning games.
A full practice week for the Cowboys this week. It's virtual today and tomorrow, though, for the first time under new COVID protocols. They will host the 49ers on Sunday at noon. The Mavericks back in preseason action tonight, facing the Bucks again on the road after beating them 112-102 on Saturday. After that game, Roy Carlisle talked about the team's focus on better team defense this season.
One of our goals is to be better defensively. This is a big challenge against this team. I love the way Cleaver took 2 charges, Terry took one at the end, one or 2 other guys took them. Those are big momentum plays. Just the normal flow of an NBA basketball game.
Tonight's game on Fox Sports Southwest at 7 o'clock. In Gonzaga and Baylor topping the latest AP Top 25 men's college basketball poll. Iowa, Michigan State, and Kansas rounding out the top 5, which were unchanged this week. West Virginia and Tennessee climbing into the top 10. Number 16, Missouri. Number 24, Clemson. And number 25, Michigan were new additions to the poll. Number 21, Duke, taking the biggest tumble by falling 11 spots. That is the Ticket Ticker. I'm Julie Dobbs on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
Get the latest Cowboys info from deep inside the Star on the Ranch Report with David Moore of SportsDay.com and the Dallas Morning News on the Hardline. Tuesdays and Fridays at 4:15. Brought to you by Frisco Fighters Indoor Football Team and Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Tick.
It seemed to be just right. Should I take it to the jeweler?
Charlie Pride with yet another one of his wonderful hits. Charlie Pride passing away this weekend. Rangers lost. The whole world lost. A really good friend and a good guy this weekend, Charlie Pride. We have an increased bid on the item for today that we're auctioning off to benefit Boston Street in our Days of Christmas promotion. Today it's an authentic Kristaps Porzingis game jersey signed by the Mavs star. The bid has gone to $450. By the way, always when we're auctioning off items like this, we ask you to top the previous bid by at least $25. If you'd like to top this one, 888-787-1310. 888-787-1310. It's time for Leftover Shrimp. We take calls from our audience. Michael's first up. Thank you for your call. You're on The Ticket with Norm.
Hey, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm good. Listen, first off, I want to say I'm wishing you great health. We really happy that you're pulling through this, my brother. Prayer does work.
I'm sorry. Please say again, Michael.
I said I wish you great health, Norm.
Thanks, Michael. That's nice. Thank you. For those who haven't heard, the latest pathology on the tumors removed about 3 weeks ago, they were not cancerous. The once were, but those sites show no signs of regeneration. So thank you, Michael. I appreciate that, and that was a wonderful gift at the holiday season for us.
Definitely, Norman. We love you, brother. Okay, listen, my question to you is this. Do you think, had McCarthy had Jason's job, in the last 10 years when Jason was here, given the combination of teams that Garrett had, do you think McCarthy would have taken one of those teams to the Super Bowl, or at least had better success than Garrett?
Well, let's look at Garrett for a moment here. How great were his teams? We're now getting a look at the defensive talent on this team, and I'll tell you the truth, I'm not impressed at all. At all. Now, there was at least 1 year there where the Cowboys came roaring into the playoffs under Garrett as I thought, one of the favorites for the Super Bowl, and didn't win. That's the year I think I'd focus on, Michael, if I were. But looking back on those Cowboy teams and thinking that a heavily offensive team that was not at times terribly good defensively would make it far in the playoffs, I'm not certain that a lot of those years are going any further.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
We've seen this year,
at the 5-yard
had
line.
Garrett been making some of the moves that have been made by this coaching staff this year, he'd have been slaughtered by Cowboy Nation. Just slaughtered. Had this team looked as unprepared at times, he'd have been slaughtered. I'm not sure I'm willing to think that they would have gone significantly further had McCarthy been the coach here. Let's go next to Todd. Todd, you're on the ticket. Thanks for the call. Hi, this is Todd. How you doing, Norm? I'm okay, thanks.
Well, what I wanted to ask you about was something that I think you're going to have a good insight on. We've got Jalen, we've got Zeke. They're overpaid and they underperform. And I want to know how those guys can go look their teammates in the eyes when they're overpaid and underperforming with a smile. And I want to ask you that because you've been doing that for about 20 years.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for the comment. Why would you want my opinion?
Well, I just want to know how somebody can do that. You've been doing it for 20 years. They've only been doing it for about 30. So I just want to see how somebody does that.
Well, thanks, Todd. Appreciate the compliment. Let's go to Hightower. You're next on the ticket. And by the way, Zeke Elliott gave the Cowboys some very good years here. If you're suggesting that Zeke Elliott is shaking it right now, I take offense to that. Now, is he beaten down? Is he a bit worn out? Has he lost a step? You can say all those things. Telling me that Zeke Elliott is lazy, that's what comes out of the wrong end of a cow. And by the way, Jalen Smith does make tackles downfield. You'd like to see him make more plays at the line of scrimmage. That's who he is. That hasn't changed since he's become active with the Cowboys. That's not a question of him changing from years past. Hi, Hightower. You're on the ticket with Norm.
Hey, Norm. Ignore that last. Yeah, Todd's an idiot.
Yeah.
Can you run through the Cowboys' schedule for us and give us a hypothetical on if they had won a majority of those close games that they should have, what would this team look like today? And I'll just hang up and do the triangle.
Thanks. You know, all games that you look at that they should have won, Hightower. Maybe you should start with the game
to see how you can improve
they shouldn't have won. The onside kick game. They shouldn't have won that game at all. So if we're going to balance a close loss in a game, maybe we have to also balance a close win. I think the Cowboys, I will honestly say this, I think they deserve to be 4-9. They are a 4-9 football team. Yes, they've got injuries.